So thank you, sir. Today's we are fortunate to have two eminent speakers. First is Dr. Manoj Kumar Chaudhary, sir. He is MD PhD in Sanhita and also BOS member in MHS Nashik. Sir is also National Secretary Ayurved Teachers Association, and he has presented many national and international research papers also. Today's his topic of today's lecture is Charakokta Karyakaran Siddhanta, cause and effect Siddhanta. I request sir to start his session. Thank you.
Am I audible properly, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
Welcome, sir.
So I welcome all of you on behalf of Department of Samhita Siddhanta, Dr. R.N. Lahoti Ayurveda Medical College, Hospital and Research Institute, Sultanpur. And we are gathered here for a national webinar on the topic Samhita Avalokan. And I am here because of Professor Dr. Jondale sir, who is a very good friend of mine and principal of this particular college. Also, Dr. Nikhil Bakshi, a very eminent and Samhita learned scholar. And on their request, I am here to present or to discuss, share my views regarding Charakokta Karya Karana Siddhanta, that is cause-effect theory. So again, welcome all of you. We all know, because today here the audience are from a mixed strata or a combined strata, that is UG scholars, PG scholars, faculties and practitioners also. So I welcome all of you. So that's why some fundamental principles will be there discussed, because as the scholars or the UG scholars are also participated in this webinar. So different names of Karya Karana Siddhanta or Karya Karana Bhava or Karya Karana Vada. It is also translated as cause-effect theory or cause-effect law or cause-effect principle. Now Siddhanta and Vada has a little bit difference that we are going to discuss in our lecture in future. So this particular term as Karana and Karya have been followed by Nyaya system that the Tarka Sangra had discussed this very well. And the other darshanas, especially Astic darshanas, have accepted it in their own perspective. Now Ayurveda has its own interpretation as per the aims and objects of Ayurveda, that is the health for the disease or the solution for the health problem. And hence we notice or we always observe this shloka as the Ityuktam Karanam Karyam Dhatu Samyam Eva Uchate. Dhatu Samya Kriya Chokta Tatrasya Prayojana. So Karana and Karya are not as the darshanik perspective which is expecting by Ayurveda, but to understand Karya Karana Siddhanta from Ayurveda, we have to observe or we have to go through in light of the darshanik views also. The other darshanas, other than Ayurveda, I mean to say, that is Satkaryavad, Asatkaryavad, Paramanuvad, Chanabhangurvad, etc., till the Subhavad of Charvaka Darshan. They have interpreted Karya Karana Bhava or Karya Karana Siddhanta in their own aim and objects, as per their own aim and objective. So, friends, the Karya Karana Siddhanta, that is the cause-effect theory, we can say that this is the Sarvatantra Siddhanta. Whatever if we discuss about the health systems, whether it is Ayurveda, allopath, homeopath, naturopathy, or any other health system, everyone has accepted that there is a karana to happen karya. Okay, so it is this Sarvatantra Siddhanta, it is the universal law, or we can say universal principle or universal theory, which explains that every effect has its own specific cause and Now the different is in the logic, that the process, how the karana or the karya change or transform into the karya or the effect, that the process, interpretation of the process or view to discuss the process, that is the different, and that's why the other darshana have interpreted it in their own views or perspective. So we will see now the word to word meaning of karya karana bhava. Karya is according to Shabda Kalpadruna. Karya means to be made, done, or practiced, or performed. It is an effect, result, purpose, etc. Like that, we can take the meaning from Shabda Kalpadruma. Now, Karana, in the same text, that is the Shabda Kalpadruma, it is nothing but a cause, a reason, the cause of anything, or it is an instrument, means, motive, or principle. And the third word is bhava, that is the becoming, being, existing, offering, appearing, turning, or translation into continence. Now see, Siddhanta, we all know that the bhava and Siddhanta are having most of the, we can say synonym of each other. So hence that the Karya Karana Bhava, total, we can say that Karya is going to manifest from the Karana, and without Karana, Karya never manifests. And it's the Siddhanta. Now, I'm not supposed to tell the meaning of Siddhanta, even though you, this scholar, know it very well. Now, this Karya Karana Siddhanta starts, if we see or review the literature of Indian philosophy, the Upanishad period, we can find it, this theory. That this theory had been popularized in especially Shvetashvatara Upanishad, that is Nityo Nityanam, Chetanas Chetanam, Eko Bahunam Yo Vidadati Kaman, etc. So here the Supreme has been recognized as Karana of universe. And especially the Sankhya and Yoga systems or the school of philosophies has accepted it as a tool to concept the Supreme. Now, as I have said that the UG scholars and PG scholars are also here, so we will see some review about the Lakshana or the definition of Karana. So, Tatra Karanam Nama Tat Yat Karoti Saeva Hetu Sakarta. Now, this Charak Vimasan 8th chapter, that is Rog Vishak Jitiya Viman Adhyaya, have well discussed about the all 10 factors, that is Dasavidha Pariksha Bhav, that we are going to discuss in short today. And there, Acharya Charak has well explained about that. But for Ayurveda, the Karana is the Karta, that is the physician or Ayurveda physician. Now, in the commentary, Chakrapani Datta has mentioned that the Swatantra Karanam Kartru Lakshanam. So here, Chakrapani Datta has mentioned that from the Chatushpada, especially the Vishak is the Karana. Now in Charak Sutrasan 8th chapter, Vijnata Shashita Yokta Pradhanam Vishagatratu. Yeah, fir Karanam Vishak iti uktam agre. Likewise, the Ayurveda has well explained about the Karana. Now the definite existing factor prior to Karya is known as Karana. No one has confusion about this thing. That a special type of Karana, which is different from common 3 causes, is called Karana. Now this definition is explained in Tarka Sangraha. So all of us know about it. So here, any Karya have own Karana. And that's why the special characters must be there in Karana, that is the Purva Bhava, Anyatha Siddhatva, and Niyata Purva Vrittitva. So then and then only we can say that it is the Karana. So Purva Bhava, now this Purva Abhava actually means happening first. It must be happening first. The universe is full of many events, and these events take place continuously. But all events cannot be considered as Karana. That's why the most important factor that exists just before Karya is called as Karana. So I am here discussing about the Purva Abhava. Okay, so that's why here, if we take an simple example, that is the clay is the Karana of pot, or the red is the Karana of cloth. A very simple examples are here, that the clay, from the clay only we can make the pot, or one can make the pot. Now this is Anyatha Siddhi. Now the factor should be one without which Karya cannot take place. It should be such a factor which cannot be replaced. Now here again I will take an example that many factors exist before making a pot, like the person or the animal that carries the clay, or some vehicle that carries the clay. Okay, place of making that pot, that stick for that wheel, etc. But except the last three, means that is clay, potter, and the wheel. Okay, so no one has direct related with, except these three, direct relationship with the preparation of a pot. So only those are the karana. So there is Anyatha Siddhi. And the third one is Niyata Purvavritti. Now Niyata Purvavritti is that invariability, whenever the karya exists, the karana should exist invariably without any exception. So we can say that example, if we take an example of a malarial fever, then the plasmodium, that the organism is the karana of it, as without it malarial fever will not happen. So we can say that the manifestations or the characters of karana must be having these three properties, and then only we can say it karana. So what is the karya? That is the manifestation against abhava is karya. Now I will, in short, will take a recap that the Nyaya Darshan, especially the Tarka Sangraha, is a reference book for Nyaya Darshan also and Vaisheshik Darshan also. They have quoted that the Samavayi, Asamavayi, and Nimitta, these are the three karana. Okay, and especially Sankhya and Vedanta have quoted it as Upadana Karana and Nimitta Karana. So from that, if we go that Karanam Trividam, etc., and directly we will turn into the Karyana. So for Ayurveda, in the first chapter, Dirghanjiviti Adhyay, Charakacharya has quoted that Iti Yuktam Karanam. So for we Ayurveda scholars, that the Karana has nothing but, which are quoted in the Sutrasthana first chapter itself, that is the Samanyam cha Vitnisham cha Gunaandravyani karma cha Samavayam cha Tadnyatva Tantroktam Vidimastika. So these six, which are called as a Padartha in Darshana, for us Ayurveda physicians, Ayurveda scholars, for us we have those Karanas. And from those Karanas, we are going to perform Karya, because we are the Karta. So Dhatu Samya. So this will be the Karya. And Dhatu Samya is a Prayojan, or the aim of Ayurveda. So Dhatu Samya is the Karya, and especially Karana, if we take the reference of Rog Vishakjiti Adhyay, that is the 8th chapter of Vimanasthana, there the Vishak is the Karana and Karma. But as per the discussions in the Charak Sutra Sthana first, the Samanya Vishesha, Dravya, Karma, Samavaya, and Guna also, these six are the Karana. Also, we have to quote this reference of Charak Sutra Sthana 3rd chapter, that the Pada Chatushti. And this Pada Chatushtiya must be having Karana for the Kari, that is the Dhatu Samya, or we can say the Chikitsa. Now, to see the Lakshana of Karya, again we have to go for Tarka Sangraha, that is Karyam Prak Abhava Pratiyogi. It means the counter correlative of its own non-existence is the Karya. Also, from Charak Vimasan 8th chapter, that the karya is nothing but the yasya abhinivrittim abhisandaya karata pravartate. That the karya is nothing but the action which the doer performs with the objective of accomplishment. Okay, so these are the some lakshana we have quoted here. But observing or reviewing all those references, we can find out as a scholar of Ayurveda that there is no any purva paratva and certainty, especially about their state as karya and karana. And that's why the darshanik, or the, we can say, the philosophers, even though from Ayurveda scholars also, have clearly mentioned that tatra karya karanayoho abhedaha. That is, tattvataha, there is no difference between the karya and karana. So it is not definite or certain that any substance may remain permanently in either of the form of cause or form of effect. Okay, so especially it is such a continuous phenomena that each and every cause gets converted into effect, and effect gets converted to cause. So nothing could be said or defined as only cause or effect. So it's a continuously changing phenomena, I mean to say. Okay, so here again the quotation of Sushrutacharya is also given, that the state of avyakta or mula prakriti is only and only ultimate state which remains constant. Okay, as there is no cause for its existence, rather it becomes the universal cause while in manifested condition, and if otherwise it remains in unmanifested condition, holding the hidden capacity to produce various substances. Now see, many of the times, even though from first year UG students have no confusion or doubt whether these all aspects, literary reviews, is useful for our treatment or for the fulfill the aim of and objects of Ayurveda. Yes, surely, because until and unless we have the clarity of the conceptual or the fundamental or the basic principles of Ayurveda, we cannot learn or we cannot go by heart or we cannot get the vision of the ancient scholars of Ayurveda, whatever the Chakrapani or even though Acharya Charak, Sisruta, etc. So we have always continuously, thinking process that it is impossible to say. Here I have given two examples, that the seed is first or the tree is first, or Murgi Yanda. So whether cause is prior or the effect is prior, or which one is the post, that we cannot say. So in relation to the theory, especially of cause and effect, several different theories, logic and ideologies have been evolved or established, as we have seen that Satkaryavad, Arambhavad, Shobhavad, etc. So these theories are named as Vada. Okay, so just previously I have said that there was the difference between Vada and the Siddhanta. So it is accepted by all philosophers and authors that a special effect is produced by a special cause. There is lot of difference in the views, ideas and logics regarding the process, that the how effect get produced from the cause. So the process, what process happens in that transformation or change, that is the discussion part or the change in the views of every, and they have put forth their own vada or the theories. So hence all the vada or the ideologies, though sometimes considered as the theories too. Now, concept of every vada is an ideology that is to be considered neither complete. Now this is if we go or we think only that the Satkaryavada, that only we have to accept, that will be Ekantamat or Ekiyava. So that's why neither complete truth or completely false, but all these are the partial, and for their science or their philosophy is the time being, or we can say it is the conditional truth, and are needed to ascertain or establish the true knowledge. Now, likewise, such deep knowledge of Ayurvedic science or philosophy to understand the mystery of life as well as the management. So, the management or the treatment is the main focus, or even though health maintenance also, because it is having given priorities. Now, this especially PPT which you are observing now, this is quoted by Acharya Rambabu Dwivedi ji, a learned scholar of Samhita Siddhanta, that has given the examples that if we see that Vata Pitta Kapha, the Vata Eva, that is Sarva Kriyaha. So, and to perform that Sarva Kriya means Rajoguna is a dominant in Vata dosha, and that's why it is performing Sarva Kriya. Okay. Also, the next one, that according to Sankhya, Triguna Adi Karta, and Atma, that is the individual soul, or we can say Jivatma, it is the neutral one. And when it comes that the Prakriti with Purusha Sannidha, it is the Guna Shobha, that the Triguna Guna Shobha is there, and the Srishti Utpatti happens. So everyone, I mean to say, that has given the different process. For Ayurveda, the Jayante Hetu Vaishamyat Vishamadeh Dhatavaha Hetu Samya Samastesham Swabhavo Paramasada. So we know that the Charak Samhita is having, so Hetu Skanda, Lakshana Skanda, and Aushadha Skanda. So as given here, that everywhere the Karya Karana Siddhanta is there. The first reference is given here from the Charak Sutrasthana 16th chapter, that the discordance of the causative factors results in the disequilibrium of the dhatus. Now, dharana dhatava, that is the dosha dhatu mala also. So, conversely, now we can say that the concordance of tissue elements is restored by means of restoring and of causative factors. However, the resolution or the destructions of the existing always happens naturally in the course of time. Now, this is the Swabhav Paramva. We are used to, the scholar, teachers are used to teach the students that the Hetu are of two types, Samya and Vaishamya. So, Dhatu Samya will be the health condition, and Dhatu Vaishamya will be the disease condition. So, these are the, just from again Hetu Skanda. So, Karya Karana Siddhanta, we can say that the Samanya Vishesha and these Yugapat Pravritti are happening. So, factors responsible for increase and decrease of body elements, the dhatus, which mutually opposing the properties simultaneously undergoes the increase and decrease, both we can say process. A factor which increases a particular dhatu can prove antagonist for the other dhatu of opposing properties. So, Charak Sharistan 6th chapter as mentioned. Now, Lakshana or Linga Skandha, we can say, if we think that the Linga or the Lakshana is the Karya, so the Karana is nothing but just we have seen the Dhatu Samya and Dhatu Vaishamya. These will be the Karana, and it will be the Swastha Lakshana will be produced from Dhatu Samya Karana, and Vikara or the Vyadhi Lakshana will be produced as a Karya from Dhatu Vaishamya Karana. And also that the Nidana Sevan of a particular disease are also having importance here. Now, Aushadha Skandha reference is given here, that the especially Aushadha is a Karan, and what will happen? It will produce the Karya, that is the Prakriti Sthapan, or Kshina Varda Vitavyaha, Vradha Rasa Vitavya, etc. So, likewise, we can see that the Karya Karana Siddhanta everywhere in all perspective or all sections or the sectors of Ayurveda. In Dravya Vivechana also, the quotations are given here from Rog Vishakditi Adhyay and the Atreya Bhadrakapiya Adhyaya, that is the Charak Sutra Sthan 26th chapter. So the first reference, that is the Rog Bhishak Jiti Adhyaya reference, that while discussing about the assessment of the medicine and the categories, the drugs are explained in respect of nature, that is the natural composition, properties, action, habit, etc. And the mode of collection, storage, and any other drug of this type should have the same characters. Now see, here also the Karana and Karya we have to examine or we have to assess. Also in Atreya Bhadrakapiya Adhyaya, that the Prabhava, while discussing the specific influential effect, just that is Prabhava, that the Vipaka, Virya and Prabhava are some drugs act by Rasa, other by Virya, other by Guna, or Vipaka or Prabhava. Inequality of the strength, Vipaka subdues, Rasa, Virya subdues both, and Prabhava all of these three. So these are the natural relative degree of strength. So in Dravya Vivechana also, or the assessment of a particular drug, we need to know the Karana and Karya very well. So this is the reference we all know, especially the faculties, that the Charakokta Dashavidha Pariksha in Rog Bhishak Jiti Adhyaya, that the Charakacharya, the philosopher of Ayurveda, has discussed, the scientist of Ayurveda have well discussed about the 10 means of knowledge of physician, for the physician. So without knowing these 10 means, one should not act, whether the prayojan is swasthya rakshana or vyadhi chikitsa. So now the Charakacharya has himself explained that if after knowing well, especially this 10, that is the Karana, Karana, Karya Yoni, then Karya, Karya Phala, Anubandha, Desha, Kala, Pravritti, and Upaya, one proceeds for some action, and then he obtains the desired fruit and subsequent benefit in that without any great effort. So that's why this, that the Karana is doer, Karana is the drug, act like an instrument. Imbalance of dhatu is Karya Yoni, Karya is balance of dhatu. Then the Karya Phala is attainment of health, that is the Sukha Saudnakam Arogyam, that's why happiness is also mentioned. Anubandha is the lifespan, Dirghayu will be the Anubandha. Then the Desha will be the patient or the person where he is living or she is living, as well as the Deha Desha, that is the body of particular that person. Then the Kala is the year or the phase of particular disease. And then the Pravritti is initiation of the particular therapy, whether it is Shodhan or Shaman, and as well as the Upaya is nothing but the last three, that is the excellence of physician, etc. Not the last three, sorry, first three, that is the Karana, Karana, and Karya Yoga. Now, we will just take a short recap about those 10 factors. So, Karana is the Karan, nothing but, as we have seen, Sayeva Kar Hetu Sakarta. So Chakrapani Datta has well explained it that one who does the action is the Karta or the Kara. So here the Karana is the specially Sadhana. It may be Bheshaj, Aushad, or the particular process, that is Vaman, etc. So Karana is what? Which serves as means of or the equipment for the Karana, making effort for performing the action. I'm sure that we will have time to discuss or to take some questions, and I will share my views on it. So Karya Yoni, next is Karya Yoni. So Chakrapani Datta has mentioned that the Karyasya Yoni Samavai Karam Karya Yoni. Now, while observing the commentary, especially of Chakrapani Datta and other commentators also, we can always notice that there is a necessity to learn Padartha Vigyan also, what we have learned in the first PG professional course, that is the Padartha Vigyan subject. To understand those all things, it is necessary. And the examples given by Chakrapani Datta also, tatra ghatasya mritika karya yonihi mrud eva hi avasthantara praptyaha ghato bhavati, etc. So Chakrapani Datta has also given not the complicated examples but the simple one. So मूर्ख और विदुष इन दोनों को जो समझ में आए वो एग्जाम्पल भी चक्रपाणी दत्त देने का प्रयास करते हैं. इसलिए scholars, especially I'm telling to the scholars that they should not think that what the examples are given very simple, because known things should be always quoted as examples, because the scholars of first year students especially, sometimes they cannot understand the complicated examples. Anyway, so karyasya yoni hi samvai karanam, ऐसा करके वहां पे कार्य योनि जो बताते हैं, दैट इज नथिंग बट द इंटीमेट कॉज, दैट इज द समवायी कारण, और उसके लिए घट के लिए वृत्तिका ये समवायी कारण होता है. द फोर्थ वन इज कार्य, दैट इज द एक्शन. So for the action that which is the doer performs with the objective of accomplishment, abhinivrittim abhisandaya iti kartavyata buddhim sthirikritya, is the karya. About karya phala, that is the expected outcomes. Even though now I'm going to show you some 2 PPTs of one research article which I am used to quote always, even though first year PG scholars, that the karya phala, that is the expected outcome. And karya phala shabdena yah tadatvikam karya phalam niyam yatha kumbhakarasya ghatakarane tanmulya prapti hi. So मूल्य प्राप्ति पॉट मेकर को कुछ अर्थार्जन होता है अपनी जीवन यापन करने के लिए. So कार्यफल is nothing but the expected outcome. Okay, so whatever that is, स्वास्थ्य के लक्षण उस रुग्ण में या व्यक्ति में पैदा हो जाएंगे, उत्पन्न हो जाएंगे, या फिर जो लक्षण है व्याधि के वो कम हो जाए. 6 is the अनुबंध, that is the consequence. So कार्यफल से जो प्राप्त होता है, अनुबध्नाति, ये शब्द का प्रयोग करते हैं चरकाचार्य जी, और चक्रपाणी दत्त उसको एक्सप्लेन करते हैं, उत्तर कालम कर्तारम उपतिष्ठते. So which essentially enjoys the doer as after effect of the action, whether it is good or bad, it can. Now desha, we know that is the pleasure, deshastu adhishthanam iti karya anuguno ananuguno va adhara rupo desha, that is the location or the place. So 8th one is kala, that is the time required for the transformation. So parinama, so चक्रपाणी दत्त स्पष्ट करते हैं कि परिणामी ऋतु अयनादि रूपाः. So one which undergoes the transformation, that is nothing but the kala. Kalam na liyat iti kala. So it can be the aushad sevan kala, it can be we can say the acute stage, that can be also avasthika kala. Okay, or in which ritu that person particularly first observe those signs or increase in the signs and symptoms of a particular disease. 9th is the pravritti, that is the consistent efforts. So about the pravritti, that is the consistent efforts, you are observing the shloka, that is the pravrittisti khulu cheshta karyartha, and the synonyms are given here. So pravritte cheshtadi shabdaha paryaya eva lakshanam. So these are the synonyms, that is the action, effort, or the commencement. So the effort taken to fulfill the objective is the pravritti. And the last one is the upaya, that is the means of the successful management. And especially for the successful management, the first 3, okay, these factors are very responsible out of 3. That is called upaya. So upaya is nothing but the excellence or having the good properties of the 3 factors, especially the karana, and the karya. So because their proper management, leaving aside the karya phala and anubandha, that's why the procedures lead to performance of an action, and thus That's why it is said as a upaya. So in the same chapter, in verse number 79, Charakacharya has well explained about the importance of the Dashivida Pariksha Bhava, and without going or assessing all these 10 folds, the physician should not act. Now we can see that the Karana Karya or this Siddhanta, Karya Karana Siddhanta is useful or is essential to understand in all aspects. So I have taken here few examples. The first one is from Nidana. So if we see the causative factors or the synonym of Nidana in the Charak Nidanstan first chapter, we can see that the causative factors also the synonym having the Hetu or the Karana. Okay, and if we go the details, we can see that the Charaka has given the 3 types of Nidana, that is the Asatmendriyartha Sanyog, Pragyaparad and Kala. So it is the unsuitable contact of sense organs and their objects, that is the Asatmendriyartha Sanyog, intellectual errors, or we can say that is the Pragya Buddhi, and it is having the disturbance, and that's why the Pragyaparad is the cause. And the time or the seasonal or the temporal factors. Even though Madhava Nidana has well discussed about these 4 types, Sannikrushta, Viprakrishta, etc. And the study of causation is essential. Why we study the Nidana? Samshepata Kriya Yoga Nidana Parivarjana. So the study of causation is essential for the knowledge of the purpose for which the disease arises and the drugs or the treatments that will cure the disease. So those aspects are necessary as a scholar of Ayurveda to understand. Now, significance. We have already discussed lots of significance of knowing Karya and Karana in Ayurveda. But even though under the chapter Charak Sharistan, 6th chapter, we can observe here that it's a principle of dukkha. Because real misery or the sorrow or dukkha can be only attained by following this Charak Sharistan 6th chapter quotation. That all exists without cause is eternal. Okay, so anything produced from a cause is ephemeral, and that's why the factor which is responsible for this living body in normal state, such factors are the karanas for different diseases in the abnormal condition. So these are the actually principles of dukkha, sat. So we are lacking time, I think. So we will take last 5 minutes at least for the question and answer. So hope so. So in Charak Sutra 25th chapter in Yajnapurushi Adhyaya, that is the symposium on origin of Purusha, we can observe or we can find this verse there that the fact is that same elements, those wholesome combinations gives rise to the well-being of human beings and bring about various kinds of diseases when combined in unwholesome manner. So significance again by the clinical point of view here, we have already quoted this verse before, Itiktam Karanam. So for us, the Samanya Vishesha Guna Dravya Karma Samavaya. These 6 are the Karana. And from with these 6 Karana, we are going to perform or we are going to act for the Karya is nothing but the Dhatu Samya. So we can say that whatever that the Dhatu Samya, that is Swasya Rakshan or Vyadhi Chikitsa, for it, the Karya Karana Siddhanta, understanding Karya Karana Siddhanta is the most essential thing. So again, here the pathological states are described. Okay, so you can notice here that the last one, Nidana Parivarjan, is the Karana, especially for the Karya, that is the find out best remedy or the line of treatment for particular. And if we see by the Darshanic point of view that Samvai Karana, Samvai Karana also, we can interpret it. Now, analyzation of the Samprapti Lakshan we all know that is the nimitta karana, samvayi karana, asamvayi karana also we can quote. Now, a famous sentence which is always quoted for the research from the pioneer of contemporary subject-wise book, our well-known author, late Dr. P.O.H. Sharma. He has quoted here one verse, that is the karana karya sambandhaha dravyanam gunakarma yoga samikshastapanam samyak anusandanam uchyate. He has quoted the definition that the research is nothing but a process in which the researcher studies the gunakarma of dravya, that is from cause-effect karana karya point of view. So the research is nothing but that the to establish the relation of karana and karya. So in research, the examination is done to know the karana and karya bhava and establishment of such. It may be time related also. So what I have discussed just before, I will first give reference that the Dashavidha Pariksha Bhava, that is the tenfold investigations according to our Acharya Charak. So this article is written by Vinay Pawar sir, and in Ayu Journal of Jamnagar University. It's quoted in 2009. So I have taken the references as it is. So you can just go through that. That author of this article has tried to interpret that the Dashavidha Pariksha Bhava, how in the treatment we can understand it, and in point of research, how we can interpret it. So I will not go through it. So you can take the review from the same article, that the Kala is season, or the Upaya, that is the excellence of particular, that the first three things, and the excellence of a researcher, proper selection and definition of research problem, and the formulation of hypothesis, overall planning. So I think the PG scholars, especially first PG scholars, MD first professional course or MS Ayurveda first professional course, they have to observe this article to find out exactly, planning their synopsis. It will be very much important. Now here again, the quotation of Professor Vijay Thakur is given, that is the Ayurvediya Maulika Siddhanta. In his book, he has quoted that the Karya and Karana, this theory is accepted by all. But to find out a solution regarding the mode of manifestation from Karana into Karya, different texts have given their different opinions. And these postulations are called Vada. Okay, so somewhere we can find that the different opinions regarding the manifestation of Karya from Karana. Here, some of the examples are given of 10 Vada, that is the Satkarya Vada to Swabhava Vada. They are from Sankhya Darshan to Charvaka Darshan. So, I think we have here as an example how, by knowing those theories, we can know that Ayurveda principles or the interpretation of Ayurveda Siddhanta very well. So, Satkaryavada in relation with Ayurveda Siddhanta, I have tried to interpret here. Hope you will view those ideas in other Siddhantas also, or the other theories also. So, Karyam tu Purvam api sad eva etad hi karya rupa satta karane tu purvam eva vidyate eva. So, this is the specific theory of Sankhya. We know, according to the Sankhya theory, the Karya always exists in Karana, in unmanifested form. So the manifestation, that is the Vyaktavastha, that is the visible thing, is the Karya, and invisible or unmanifested form is Karana. So we can say that there is no origin of any Karya, there is only modification and promotion of non-visible, that is the Avyakta to Vyakta. So in short, we have to say that. So I'm sure we all know about those theories, Asat Akaranat, Upadana Grahanat, etc. So it is nothing but the if we take an example, I will give a simple example. The tree has its satta or the existence. Okay. So in a seed, and in that seed, everything is present in unmanifested condition. And when that seed has a particular atmosphere, we can say Rutu, then that Kshetra, etc. So that seed becomes Karya, that it turns into the tree. So again, the seed becomes cause and the result. Okay. So likewise, we cannot say in the seed the tree is not there, or from the tree again the seed will be the form. So just to explain you, asat akaranat upadana grahanat sarva sambhav abhavat, I will not able to explain all those things. Okay, forgive me. So Satkaryavada, if we understand it, the point of view of Sankhya Darshana or Sankhya, then we can understand the Rogotpatti, that is the pathogenesis, Garbhavakranti, that is the development of fetus, that the Nidanarthakara Roga. Okay, so diseases causing other diseases. So yasya yasya hi angavayasya bije bije bhagaha upatapto bhavati tasya tasya hi angavayasya vittati jayate na upajayate cha anupatapat. So formation and growth of dhatu from diet or the karma phala, that is the fruits of the seed, karma phala vipaka siddhanta, or if we do sadvratta palan or swasthavratta palan, then we can have free condition, that is the non-emergence of disease, and it will turn into the as a result of health here. So physiological importance also we can go through. Just now I have quoted the sentence that while the embryo is formed from the male or the male and female seed combination, the embryos of every organ of the fetal body are in the resulting seed. Okay, and it results in functional organ of the same. And these seeds are the parts. If a part of a seed is deformed, then the organ that grows out of it is also deformed. So like that, the pathological importance also I can explain, or one can explain, even though therapeutic importance, that the causative factors of dosha prakopa is very necessary to treat the disease condition. Okay, and also the parinamavada. Okay, so parinama vishayashat nanatve bahya bhedascha. That change, if we understand the transformation satkaryavada, and how that the tattvataha abheda in karana and karya can be explained with the parinamavada. Okay, so we have here given the few references also, that by knowing parinamavada how one can understand the Ayurveda quotations very well. I mean to say that even though about Vivartavada also I have given an example, but anyway, I would like to take an opportunity for the special thanks for chairman of Dr. R.N. Lahoti College, that is Mr. Umesh Lahoti sir, my beloved friend, Honorable Professor Dr. Pradeep Kumar Zondale sir, the chairman of this national webinar, and the organizing team who have taken special efforts to make those all arrangements, Dr. Nikhil Bakshi, HOD and Associate Professor in this college, Dr. Prajakta ma'am, Mrs. Sridevi Langute ma'am, and webinar coordinator, Dr. Vivek Basreji. So I would like to thank all of the team, and you have well organized, and hope sharing those thoughts, especially with the faculties, will be a good thing. I'm very happy to share all those things with you. So here is my email and mobile number also.